Hey, it's Stevie P here, and I just came up with a weird way to change your habits. And I just kind of thought about this and started doing it myself without paying too much attention to it. And I broke down this little technique I've been using, so I might as well share it. And it's a bit morbid because it involves death, like most things. That because death helps you actually live life to the fullest. It's like that whole live like you were dying concept because it's inevitable. We're all going to die at some point. So if you keep that in mind, it'll allow you to make the most out of every day. Carpe diem, seize the day. So this is what the technique is. With every habit that you have, and even just general things that you do pretty often, think about what someone would say, or imagine someone talking about it at your funeral. So let's take watching TV every night that you get home from work as an example. So you would imagine someone at your funeral saying, like I'll use myself, Stephen watched TV every night when he came home from work. And if you say that to yourself, while you're doing it, it creates that awareness. So if you go through that exercise of imagining it, especially while you're doing it, you'll quickly realize the things that are very, very stupid and asinine and that don't benefit you at all. And it'll help you focus on the things that actually matter. That's the key point, to help you focus on the things that actually matter. Some things are so ridiculous that we get hung up on and that we preoccupy ourselves with. Like, think about how ridiculous it would be if someone was like, and Steven always was on top of his laundry. He never had more than a small pile of dirty clothes before he did his laundry. Like, who the fuck cares about that? Like, of course it's important to not let your home be a wreck. But at the end of the day, a lot of those things are asinine that we get hung up over and that we get worried about and that we get neurotic about. A lot of them, they don't matter in the grand scheme of things. So focus your energy on the big things that actually matter. And these, of course, are going to have to do with purpose, with connection with other people, with sharing experiences with other people, and getting into all kinds of interesting experiences and learning and expressing yourself creatively and laughing and having fun. It's those kind of things that actually matter. And we need to create more awareness around that. Otherwise, we'll get hung up on the stupid stuff. Like, we'll get hung up on minutia that doesn't matter, focusing our energy there, and it'll just suck the life out of us. And then we'll drift into these monotonous habits of doing things that don't serve us. And then before you know it, you're at the end of your life and you're filled with regrets. So that's what I want. I create awareness with myself about that. And I think a lot of people could benefit from it because I live my life every day with that in the back of my mind. And I've been doing that with all of my routines. So if you're not proud of the stuff you're doing, if you wouldn't want someone saying it at your funeral, that he did this every morning, or she did this every morning, or she did that every night, would you be proud of that? If not, make the changes. Focus on what's important. Squeeze the most out of life. And it doesn't have to be like crazy stuff like traveling the world all the time or going bungee jumping or things like that. It can be very simple things too. Because I find satisfaction in the Stephen spent every morning meditating and journaling. The first thing in the morning. That's cool with me. Like, that's fulfilling to me. And I'm proud of that. So again, it doesn't have to be crazy highlight reel moments. It could be very, very simple things, but simple things that serve you and simple things that are fulfilling and serve your highest interest as well. Because most people, if you would say, John watched 3 hours of TV after work every night, John wouldn't be too proud about that, That's not a high ideal. But most people do things like that. So it puts things into perspective. So with everything you're doing, all of your habits that you fall into, ask yourself that question or go through that exercise. Stephen did this every night. Watch as Stephen does this. It puts things into perspective, and it helps you not take yourself too seriously at the same time, because you can't get too preoccupied with trying to maximize everything in your life, because then you'll be stressing about that. So yeah, figure out what's important, focus on the important things, and don't sweat it too much. All right, focus on what's important. That's what it comes down to. All right, peace, much love, and one love, baby.